Hi everyone, it's Trisha Farron, and welcome back to Learn What to Expect during the home buying process. Today we're going to talk about what to expect when you're ready to place an offer. So you've been looking at a bunch of houses and you finally find the one that you love and want to purchase it. So what happens next? Well, the first thing that you're going to want to do is to speak with your agent about finding out if there are any other offers that have been made on this property. That's going to change the dynamic completely. The price that you see on the listing is not going to be the price that you're going to want to offer if there's been other bids put into the system. You'll also want to find out what time is the last possible moment that you can submit your offer. It's called a highest and best, and many agents will have it listed in their paperwork, or you can call them, or your agent will call them to find out when is the highest and best due. This is your one opportunity to submit your offer, so don't go into it thinking that you're going to have time to negotiate. You won't. It is truly the best price that you can offer for the house, and you are going to be competing with others, so it's not necessarily going to be based on price. It might be based on how long it will take for someone to be willing to close. Do they need to sell a property? Are they going based on cash, or do they have to get a mortgage? How much money are they putting down? It's a whole package, and sometimes a lower price will get accepted if their overall package is better than everybody else. So it's very important to know, are there any other offers on the table? But for this purpose, let's assume there are no other offers. So the next step that you're going to want to take is you're going to want your agent to run comps. Just because a seller has their house on the market for a particular price and it's within your budget doesn't mean that that house is worth the price that you might consider paying for it. You want your agent to take a look at what other properties have sold during the recent time that fit the general specs of the house that you want to buy. If you feel, and if the agent feels, that the house has been priced correctly and the price you want to offer matches what the house is worth, then you can go ahead and put your offer in. So putting in your offer, you're going to need to sign a bunch of papers which would be included in your offer package. The first, of course, is your purchase contract. Now, this comes in a lot of forms. Some folks will put an offer to purchase together. Others, it'll actually say standard purchase contract or residential property contract. And some may have the brokerage logo, some may have the state logo, some may be very generic. Many times an agent who's listed the property will specify what type of form they want your agent to use. But if not, whatever your agent uses, the basic information is going to be the same. What is the purchase price that you're going to offer? How much deposit are you making? How are you going to be paying for the balance? Are you getting a mortgage or is it cash? When do you want to close? And are there any concessions that you want to make? Meaning, do you want the seller to pay some of your closing costs? Or do you need to sell your house before you can move forward with the transaction? There will be fields that are available to indicate all that information right on the form. Your agent will complete this, and all you'll need to do is sign it after they've gone over the details with you. You'll also be signing disclosures. This is a document that the sellers will complete prior to even listing their home. It indicates certain aspects about the house that are to their knowledge, meaning how old is the roof and what is it made of? Is the house insulated? Have there been any leaks or electrical problems? Are there any issues with the concrete? Is there lead paint? Are there smoke detectors? There's a whole slew of questions that the seller will answer to the best of their knowledge about what they know about the house. It's important to note, if you're purchasing a house where the seller is deceased, there will not be any disclosures, and that's completely fine. This is known as an estate, and you do the best you can to get the information about the house. Many times the town will have some information that you'll be able to glean. You'll also need to provide a pre-approval letter from your lender. You should have prepared to get this before even going house hunting, so you know exactly what you can afford. But even if you can afford much more than what you're offering, you want your pre-approval letter to have the amount that you're offering. It's no business of the seller to know what your total amount is that you can afford. They only need to know that you can afford the price you've offered. So when you know you're getting ready to put in an offer, you want to call your lender and have them update your letter to the amount that you're offering and have them submit that. While you have their attention, you want to make sure that you get proper dates of how long it will take for them to give you a mortgage commitment and when they think you might be able to close. You don't want to put in a time frame that's not going to coincide with what the lender can do. You're going to also want to sign any addendums that may be a part of the offer package. So for instance, let's say the seller has indicated something about personal property being on as part of the purchase. You may decide that yes, you want to purchase the piano in the living room or chandelier in the dining room that would normally not be a part of the sale. Not every purchase contract or offer package has addendums, but that's something that your agent would be able to identify, and you may need to sign those. There's also going to be a document called the inclusions and exclusions. And what that is a specific list of items that are included as part of the sale and those that aren't. The kind of things that are not sometimes are window treatments, an appliance, usually a washer or dryer. Maybe it's a grill or a fire pit. Many times there might be a special chandelier or lighting fixture that a particular seller would want to keep. So they need to indicate that that's not part of the sale, and you need to understand that, and you're signing that you do understand. And then you're going to want to give a check, a personal check, for 1% of your purchase price. That check will be held by the agent until you have an accepted offer. And once your offer is accepted, that will be deposited. So do make sure that the funds are available. If for whatever reason you and the seller cannot come to terms, you do get your check back. That's the offer package. And then once you have all that material together, your agent will submit that to the seller's agent, who has to present that to their seller. It's by law, they need to present all offers. So even if you have an extremely low offer or something that the agent doesn't think that you will have accepted, they still need to present that. Some sellers make a decision within a few minutes. Others take days. So set your expectations that this could be a few-day process to going back and forth and hearing back from the seller. Remember, you want to make sure when you're placing your offer that it's within the boundaries of what you can afford, and understand that there will probably be a counter offer, and you have to decide how high and to what extent you want your final offer to be. There are times where you don't come to terms, and it's okay to just walk away and move on. That house is probably not for you. I hope that this information was helpful to you, and be sure to check out the other Learn What to Expect to get other information on different aspects of the home buying process.